What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And what we're going to be talking about today is a very, very interesting topic. It's one thing you need to know about that Gunslinger ability. Pretty much what happened is I went out and I tried it. For me, I prefer a field general, and at this time they cannot unlock it. Later on, they will be, as the year progresses, you'll have that opportunity to go ahead and do that. You'll be able to see it, I believe, like right here. You have to achieve a 95 overall, 95 throw power, whatever. But this ability is very, very wild, and I love the fact that EA actually put something in the game that works. People are complaining about it. Oh, it should be more AP, all that stuff like that. I don't think it should be more AP. If that's your archetype, it should be 1. And anybody else that doesn't agree with that, listen, just go away. Because pretty much what happens is it's going to be 2 for him, right? Because he's a field general. That seems fair to me because he's not supposed to just be able to get it based on his archetype. But if you are a strong arm QB or you are someone that we know of as a strong arm, a Josh Allen, a Brett Favre, it should be 1 AP. And it should continue to work the way that it's been working right now. But let me just tell you one thing about it though. It completely nullifies the Acrobat defensive ability. So what does that mean? Some of you guys that were watching it during the stream, if you guys are subscribed to GmiasWorld Gaming right here on YouTube, you can see my full-length gameplays when I do play on Twitch. I discovered this very, very clearly and pointed it out to the viewers, and everybody understands what's going on. Because some of the major things about the game, when you put the ability on, like Acrobat, you're expecting these guys to act like they're in a circus. You want them to fly around, you want them to intercept the ball, you want them to do these type of things, right? Gunslinger completely negates that. So because the ball travels so fast, they don't even have the time to dive. So I wanted to make sure people understand when you get into a game and you see the specific quarterback, which is another thing, EA is on the right track with a lot of the things that they're trying to do. It's just trying to accomplish it and make it successfully happen in game that they're absolutely failing at. Because if you think about it, right, the Gunslinger, everything that's going on with that, okay, that's fine, right? But the Acrobat, that should still be a counter because they should be able to react faster because that's what it's for. But what they're saying is the Gunslinger ability is so fast, it's the speed of light. Your guys can't get there. So now you guys get yourself put in a situation where, okay, so Gmi, how do I defend it? Well, pretty much what you're going to have to do now is you're going to have decent linebackers or, possibly corners in your defense that are in purples and cloud flats. Now, what are those, right? You guys all know that. All my veterans probably like, yo, come on, Gmi, I know what's going on. But we have other viewers that are coming in that are joining the family that don't understand. So pretty much you're going to have to go over, how to do the quick adjustments, double tap the triangle button on PS4, double tap the Y button on, Xbox, and you're going to have to look at what comes up, and you're going to put yourself in certain zones to help counteract where your opponent is just dotting you. You're going to have to learn how to do, those hard flats and things like that to take away those throws. That is literally the only way that you're going to be able to defend Gunslinger. I just wanted to make sure you guys understand the reason that everyone that you play, especially some of these pro players, the reason that they use Acrobat is simply because of that. But not only that, it still takes away those annoying curl routes, all right? Which is why I'm not going to tell everybody to take it off. Because when you play someone, once they don't have a read, everything is done. Okay, when they don't have a read, they're going for the curl route. That's it. They're going to do a hitch, a curl route. It's a natural way to make sure you get those yards, especially going for a 2-point conversion or like 4th and short. Everybody that you play that has any idea of the game is going to go for that low pass and hit you with it. They're going to hold down the L2 trigger and they're going to dot you, right? The Acrobat gives you a chance of being able to jump that. So we're going to still leave the Acrobat on the players. The problem is with the Gunslinger ability, that's going to open up the outside passes. So let me explain to you guys what exactly you're going to have to do in addition to those, purple routes, cloud flats, and things like that. Let me explain to you what you're going to have to focus on. All Gunslinger quarterbacks, they understand that lead passing is excessively OP to either side and straight ahead, right? So understand this. Usually we try to lurk, and I told you guys before, I got rid of Taylor Mays because I need better man coverage, and that's pretty much where I'm set with because I understand what the game is, and I've been having excessive success since I've done that, right? Because now if you do beat me in man coverage, it's not that big of a gap. so I'm able to get there. As opposed to Taylor Mays, he would take a step outwards or inwards away from where the double move was or whatever, and he would be beat so badly, even with his 95 speed, with the 49er cam, he couldn't get there. Rod Woodson, with a 93 speed, is able to recover and get to where he needs to be. See, that is what the difference is, right? So look, because we know he has a 92 man coverage, if you have an opponent that is like, say for example, your opponent is running, some kind of tight formation, and he has a deep post or he has an out route on one side, whatever he's doing, right? Once that receiver cuts, when he lead passes to either side with Gunslinger, the ball travels super fast, all right? So the corner that you're using, if they have decent man coverage, they will be near the play. The only time you're going to get beat deep is if you play an idiot that comes out and he's running trips tight end or whatever, and then he motions his guys and he tries to get him off the man coverage and he beats you. You're going to have to be over the top as a safety for that. That's the only way to really deal with that. You can't defend it any other way. You need to be able to be over the top in those situations. I'm trying to explain to you guys what's going to be happening to you regularly and how you're going to be able to maintain your sanity, right? So Rod Woodson with a 92 man coverage as opposed to Taylor Mays that gets chemmed up to about an 84 on my team, he's going to still have good position. He's just not going to be able to react the same way once you lead pass with Gunslinger to either side, right? So that's where an underneath player comes in handy. Now with zone coverage is dangerous depending on the seams. Okay, if they have Gunslinger and they're running like certain, trips with the seam and they have a vertical streak in the middle, the zones usually don't pay attention to it, especially if they lead it upwards and the player's fast, like a DK Metcalf, some of these faster players, you're gonna get burnt. I prefer man coverage with zones, zones on the outside, deal with your zone drops and make sure your zone drops get back there to help out with it, just for this specific archetype. The other archetypes that don't use Gunslinger and they're throwing the ball regularly, you'll notice that the speed is tremendously decreased. The ball cannot really get to where the player wants it to go. All right. So with that being said, also understand there's no advantage as far as Hot Route Master. At this time, the players that get Gunslinger cannot also get Hot Route Master. So all of the formations you're going to have to be able to look at and figure out what the possibility is. If somebody comes out in tight, they're throwing drags and they have a deep post and, you pretty much understand it. They come out in doubles, outside post, underneath drag route in the slot. You got to understand those concepts to play good defense. And the Acrobat is not going to save you. All that Acrobat stuff, when a Gunslinger, if they understand how to lead pass and throw the ball, Acrobat is useless, okay, when it comes to Gunslinger. So right now, what we're going to have to do, I need all of you guys to just understand that. And that's a beautiful thing about, like I was saying with EA, this is specific to the Gunslinger players. Every other player is going to throw the ball. Your Acrobat's going to be diving around like they're in the circus and they're going to pick it. This is the only thing that you have to worry about when you see these type of players. So if you have been getting dotted by these players, this is something that you're going to probably need to go ahead and start to take a look at in order to make that stop. So now, what are the better defenses? That's all going to depend on what your preference is. I prefer man coverage with, like hybrid, a little bit of man coverage, zone coverage underneath, and then we figure out what's going on with our pass rush and we go from there. Okay, so right now with the way that it is, Brett Favre, Josh Allen, okay, those are like the two guys that people are running around with. Is it worth it to go ahead and get them? Again, with me, let me just go ahead and point it out. I prefer a field general archetype. Why? I want conductor and I want hot route master. Why do I want those things? Because when people come out playing SAG defense, I can, I got corners, I got drags, I got crossers, I got everything for all of the players that I have. Okay, I have conductor. I can come out, have two hot routes immediately before the play starts. So for me, that's more advantageous than having a guy be able to throw the ball super fast and not be able to quick hike and stuff like that. Even though usually I don't quick hike, it's more of just having the hot route master. It's just a game changer. Instead of having your individual wide receivers have outside apprentice and all that stuff, you just have every route as the quarterback. So you got to sacrifice something. So for me, I've been playing with, utilizing Derek Carr right now. And even though I can go with, I'm probably going to have to end up going to go deep chemistry on him and take away the balanced offense. Even though the balanced offense boosts my entire team, I may have to do that to increase that throw power a little bit, just to make sure that we're getting the ball down the field, even though I haven't really seen too much lackluster play with him, because obviously that tier is going to be the same until you get over, 95 or over. So I think we're good, but I know some of you guys are looking at it like, yo, Gmia, you need to up that. I don't know if I need to right now, but I will continue to, put out gameplays, and we will dissect that together as we usually do. But for me, 81 speed, when you come out now and play SAG defense, I don't have Dan Marino. So I can run now and still have my conductor and my hot route master. So if you choose Gunslinger and you have Josh Allen, you still have that option too to run outside the pocket. You just have to have more of the original routes and then get your receivers on the outside to have outside apprentice so that you still get that whole situation where you can change the play. But remember, when you change their routes, it depends on where they are. If they're in the slot, they can't, outside apprentice doesn't matter, and vice versa. So the quarterback position is very, very important with that hot route master for me. But there is a huge advantage, because if you get a step on your opponent with Gunslinger, it's GG's in the chat. And that's pretty much what it is. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand this tip right here. When you do see a strong arm Gunslinger quarterback, Acrobat is obsolete. It doesn't do anything for you. You will be required to have some players underneath. You will be required to play purples, cloud flats, maybe some hook curls. You're going to have more out there because the ball comes out super fast and there's nothing you can do about it. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you learned something from this video. You can always feel free to subscribe if you would like. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.